Hey, it's Chris with PhotoDabbler.com. In this video, we're going to make an America or USA type logo that you can put on a T-shirt or mug or whatever. We want to start off with this using a new file, and I'm going to do this in a probably about a 4500 by 4500, and you can make this whatever size that you need. Most of your T-shirts are 4500 by 5100 or 5400. But 300 resolution, black background, RGB. We'll go ahead and hit create, and then we have our canvas here. So we'll go ahead and unlock the background here, and I'm going to go ahead and get my horizontal type tool out. Now, the font that I'm using for this one is called College Combined Font, and I'll put a link in the description below where you can download this. Alright, so our color is blue. Let's go ahead and just change this to white for now, and we're just going to type out the text of America, USA, whatever you want to use here. And then we'll hit Control T, and we'll go ahead and scale this up. We'll scale it up like so. Maybe about like this. Looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and hit our check mark to accept it. So once we have this sized out how we want, I'm just going to go ahead and convert this to a shape. Okay, and then we want to add a little bit of arch to it, because I mean this looks good straight across, but let's add a little bit of stuff to it. So edit, transform, warp, and then up here in your menu here, just go down and click on arch. And then in the bend, let's make it about 20. 20 always looks pretty good. Alright, so now that we have our warped out America text, we want to add a little bit of coloring to it. Now you can always double click on this and go to your layer style effects and add your gradient overlay or stroke or whatever. But another way that you can do this, I find it a little bit better for me, is to just add a new layer. And then make sure the layer is on top of your text, and then we're going to right click, create clipping mask. Okay, now we're going to grab a brush. So grab your brush, you can just hit B if you want, and we're just using a soft round brush with 0 hardness. Okay, we're going to bring our flow all the way up to 100. Go ahead and click on our color picks, pick kind of a red, maybe about like this. You can copy these settings if you want. It's 972627, but you can use whatever red color you want. And let's hit our right bracket key, and we're just going to make this brush a little bit bigger, and we're just going to kind of brush some red into the letters like so. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then let's go ahead and do another color. Let's grab a blue, and this one here. That looks pretty good. 264497 is the code if you want to use the same one. We'll go ahead and hit OK. And then we're just going to kind of brush on the top. And this is kind of the same as using a gradient, but it's just a little bit, I don't want to say, it's a little bit less uniform. Okay. So we have this. It's just 2 brush layers. All right. Now we want to add some texture to it. Now you can get whatever textures you want, but I'll leave the link to these in the description below. So File, Place Embedded, and then we're going to go into these grunge textures. Now these are 15 of them. I like to use, I mean it doesn't matter, but I'm going to use this texture 7. We'll go ahead and hit Place, and this is going to place this on there, and you can kind of tweak it out a little bit however you need. We'll go ahead and hit OK, but it's not working, right? So we need to make sure that we clip it. Alright, so right click, create clipping mask, and now it is clipped onto this text, but it covered up our coloring. So I mean we could come down like this and do that, or we can leave it where it was, and then let's just change our blend mode to soft light. So we take our blend mode to soft light, and then we'll hit Control T to move this around maybe a little bit differently, kind of like so, maybe about like so, and this is however you want to do it. Okay, so now we have this, and then let's just bring our opacity down some. Okay, like so, That looks alright. Maybe a little bit less. Okay, let's Control T. Let's play around with this a little bit more. I think maybe down in this area will look a little bit better. So we have that. And yeah, that looks pretty good. Play around with the opacity a little bit more, or a lot, however you want it to look. So I think right around the 35 to 40 mark will look okay. So that will be our America, and then you would just turn off your background layer, and then you can just do File, save a copy, or save it as a PNG. Okay, so that's that one. And then we can just put these all in a group. Let's just put them in a group, and this will be our America. Call it that. And then maybe let's do a rectangle. Grab a rectangle tool and let's turn our stroke off. And the fill is that blue, so we'll just kind of drag one out like so. And then I want to round the corners, so let's round the corners a little bit like this. That looks okay. Okay, and then we'll just put the traditional established 1776. Now you notice when you do a type tool, once you're on your rectangle here, that it turns to a circle, so it's going to type in there. I don't really want to do that, so I'm going to just have a new layer above that, and then that goes away. So we can click this here and put est.1776, enter, and then Control T. Let's kind of center it up a little bit. And I can't see it because that color is blue, but it's okay. We can change our color to white. Okay, so we hit OK. Change our color to white. Hit OK. Alright, so now we can kind of manipulate it a little bit better. We'll hit Control T. Maybe about like so. And we're going to select both of these layers. So we're going to hit the text and the rectangles to select both of them, and then let's go to our move tool, and then we'll go align to selection, center, and center. That way it's centered up in the middle. Okay, so now we can just put these in a group. Let's put them in a group, and then we want to grab our texture, this one here, and make a copy of it and drag it down on top of our text here. So we have that, and then maybe we'll play around with our text here. Let's add a new layer, right click, create clipping mask. We have a brush again, and we can just kind of brush on this text a little bit, change it to this red. And maybe brush it like so. However you want to do it. I mean, that's just optional. You can do that. Can't really see it though, so let's go ahead and just leave this off. Okay, yeah, I think that looks alright. And maybe we'll just make this smaller. So Control T, and we'll just kind of scale it down a little bit, like so. Whoa, whoa. I don't know what happened there. Okay, so we have that. Now maybe we want to put some stars. Let's go ahead and make a new layer above everything. So click new layer. We'll grab our, let's grab the polygon tool to make a star. Make sure it's on 5 sides, and then go in your settings, and your star ratio is 47%. I don't know why, but 47% will make a perfect star. So we're just kind of dragging out, holding shift while we're dragging to make some stars in some various places, maybe like so. That looks okay. And then we can hit Control T, and maybe we'll put the stars like so. We could, I don't know why that's doing that. This is the Photoshop beta. I've been kind of just playing around. But we can put our stars like so. And you have that. And you can change your color. I mean, you can change it to the white if you want, or this blue, whatever color you're going to use. Alright, I think I like the reds better. And you can kind of tweak that out. Now, once this is all done, I want to try something. Let's grab a new layer. And let's grab our lasso tool and just kind of make this weird selection like this. And once that's selected, we can go on generative fill. And let's just put these as maybe lightning. I haven't really messed around with this too much, but let's see if this even does anything. It may or may not, and sometimes you get an error that says the system is busy or something like that. But let's see what this actually does in this. I've done a bunch of this generative fill with photos, and it does an awesome job, but I never really tried to do it with text. It's still thinking. That would be a good time for some coffee sips. Okay, so now it generated some lightning. There's a couple different versions. Click on that one. I think this third one will probably be okay here. And that's pretty cool. So we can go ahead and Control T this and drag it down. It's on a black background, so we would have to change this to screen. And there you have it. Pretty cool, but I don't like it, so we're just going to delete it. Okay, but anyways. So that's just a real quick, easy way to add a kind of a grungy looking textured America logo. We could add some texture to the stars if you wanted to. Let's delete this layer. We already have our texture here, so we can just make a copy. So if you hold Alt or Option and just drag on it, it'll make a copy. And then you don't really have to clip it to the stars, but you can create clipping mask. And there you have it. We'll turn this off. Alright, for our next one, let's do America, but a little bit differently this time. Let's hit AMERICA, and that will be okay here. Let's do a Control T, and we'll spread it out. Spread it out like so. Go ahead and hit our check mark. Now let's go on our Move tool, align to canvas, and then we want to center it up. Okay, so it's centered up here. We can make a copy, so Control J, Control T, and then we'll hold down Shift and drag it down to about here. We'll hit Enter, and then we're going to hit Control Shift Alt T. So now we have 4 copies of these. So let's grab all 4 of these and just convert it to shape. Or let's convert to Smart Object. It doesn't matter either way. You can do shape or Smart Object. And that will just group everything in here because we're going to do a little bit of a wave type effect. So let's go Edit, Transform, Warp. And then on this one here, let's go down to Wave. And then that will wave it. That's a bit much, so maybe let's go 20. Maybe 25. Okay, that looks alright. So we have our Warped America text here, and then we can go ahead and add a new layer. Let's create clipping mask, and then let's go ahead and do some painting with our brush. So we'll just paint this like so, red, and then maybe kind of create some stripes here. Actually, let's bring our flow down. Let's bring our flow down to about 60. Go like this, and we'll kind of go along the text. Go along the text like so. Like so. That looks pretty good. And then maybe we'll do, let's do a new layer. create clipping mask. Let's change this to that blue out of gamut. Okay. And then let's just paint it like this. And now let's make this a little bit smaller. So red, white, blue. And don't worry about what it looks like because we're going to kind of mess around with the opacity. That looks good. I think that blue is too purpley. Maybe let's start over. Need a clipping mask. Let's just bring this up. Yeah, we'll just paint a little bit. Okay, let's grab some more red. Let's go back to that red. Let's see if this will be this color here. Maybe like so. I think I like that. And then let's go ahead and add some texture file, place embedded. And let's do something a little bit different here. Let's see, this one here, texture 10. That's good. Let's go ahead and create clipping mask and soft lights. Okay, I think that looks alright. And then you could put some more stars in it too, or you could just go on this layer and add a layer mask, and then let's do a new layer all the way up top. Let's grab our star tool, and we'll go like this, maybe like so. And let's make sure we're in the center. Okay, now what we want to do here is just hit Control click. That's going to select everything, and then we can turn this layer off, go down to our layer mask, and then you want to make sure you're on black, and then you can hit Alt or Option and delete, and it'll put our little layer mask in there like so. We have our star. Now what we want to do next is turn this star back on. Control T, and then we'll just hold down Alt to scale it down like so. We have that one, and then let's go ahead and make a copy of this. Control J, Control T, so red. We'll change this to white. Enter. Change this to white. So, and then we'll make Control T. Let's move it down a little bit. That looks good. And then let's go ahead, Control J, Control T, and then we'll scale this one down a little bit like so. Move it down a little bit. Enter, and then we'll change this to our blue color. So now we have those, and let's go ahead and grab all these, put them in a group. Grab our texture copy, create clipping mask. And there you have it. Just of a kind of a simple design. You can turn off your mask if you shift click it. Make little different designs. Or we could turn this to just delete this layer mask. Grab our group here. Control T. Go like so. Let me put this over here. Let's hold down Alt. We'll make a copy. Maybe something like so. Alright. That looks okay. That looks okay. Let's go ahead and make some more while we're at it. Let's grab some other stars here. Put this up top like so. We'll hit enter, and then we're going to hit Control J, Control T, scoot it over about like so. Hit enter, and then Control Shift Alt T, and we'll just kind of go across. Whoa, slow down. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. I use Control Z a lot. Okay, so now we have all these polygons. So we have that one. So these three, we'll go ahead and merge shapes. So now we have that, and then we can go and make sure we're lined up. And boom. And maybe we'll make a copy of this. Control J, Control T. Hold down Shift, drag it down to here. And boom, we have a nice, actually it needs to go up a little bit. We have a cool America t-shirt. That would look good on a t-shirt. Let's grab this group here, because I think it needs to go over. Like so. That's okay. Let's do the group 3 copy, Control T. Just kind of play around with these stars a little bit. Okay, I think that will work. And there's your America design number 2. So we can go from here all the way up to here, put these in a group, and yeah. So just a couple really quick ones, and then you can export them out. What other type of thing can we do here? We can just do another type, and this college combined font, I'm still liking it. We could put land of the, enter, and then down here we'll put free. Now, you know, I keep thinking I'm an illustrator, and I grab this and I try to select both of them, but guess what? It does not work. Alright, so Control T, and let's just scale this up like so. And then our free, let's grab our free, Control T, and we'll go like this. Bring it down some like so. Let's maybe bring it to the center. Maybe like so. Okay, so now we want to spread this out. Let's accept. Let's see here. We want to go into here and spread the letters out. Maybe like that. Does that look alright for you? Maybe like so. We have that, and then we can just go ahead and add some stars again. Maybe like so. Enter, Control T. Let's move this up into the center, like so. I think that's okay. And then Control J, Control T. Hold down Shift to drag this over, like so. Alright. So now that we have all that, that's just another really quick one. We could warp everything if we wanted to, or not. Or we could just put everything in a group. Let's grab land of the, all the way up to our star, holding Shift. That's going to select them all, put them in a group. And let's grab a new layer, create clipping mask, and then maybe let's grab a brush. And this is the Photoshop beta, so all my brushes out of my Photoshop didn't come in here. So I just have the basic brush kit. So general brushes, we're going to do our soft and round. Let's go ahead and make this our white, and we'll just kind of paint a little bit of the letters like so. And then maybe we'll do a little strip right here. So if you click once, hold down Shift, click again, it'll do a straight line. Okay, I think that looks good. And then we'll go ahead and grab a blue like so. And then maybe let's make our brush bigger and kind of just paint on top. Maybe like so. Do we like that? Maybe let's add some weird blue like that. Okay, so we have that, and maybe we'll do a layer above that, and then we'll just put a bunch of stars. Like, stars are so played out, but I mean, that's what they are. So we'll grab this one, Control J, Control T, hold down Shift, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15, good. Control Shift Alt T, Enter. Control Shift Alt T, Enter. Now if you hit Enter after each one, it puts it on a new layer, but sometimes if you don't, you just keep hitting Control Alt Shift T. Whoa, something weird happened there. Alright, so we have these stars over in land, and then let's grab from here to here. Let's merge these shapes. And then we'll make a copy, Control J, Control T, hold down Shift, and we'll crank this over to here, and then maybe we'll change this color. Enter. Enter. Let's change this color to the white, and maybe the red. That's cool. And then we'll go ahead and add a new layer and a star right here in the middle, like so. How's that? How about that? And then maybe we'll make this one white. That looks pretty good. I think the red needs to be over here and the blue needs to be over here though. So let's go to this one. Let's change this to this color. And then let's go to this one. Let's change this to this color. And yeah, that looks a little bit better. Red, white, and blue. And then maybe on this one, let's double click here. And we could do just a regular gradient overlay on this one. Let's grab this out of the way. Let's grab our colors. The only thing is, let's put this stop in the middle at number 50, 50, and then we'll add another color here, and we want it to be this one. Okay, I don't think that's enough, so let's grab our little angle guy, bring it down, and then let's click on this one, drag this down like so. Okay, yeah, I think that looks okay. Alright, and if you don't like it, you can just turn your gradient overlay off and change the color. Okay, so there you go, and then we just group everything. And then we have our land of the free, and then this one was our America warped, America wavy, enter, and then this one here is just our America arch, EST 1776, enter. And that's it. That's just a couple really quick designs. 1, 2, 3, just playing around with some stars and the like. Land of the Free, America Wavy. I don't like the blue on that one, but that's okay. And this one, I think I like this one the best. Okay, so that's how to use some text to make some 4th of July designs, or any design that you want, using warp and just painting with a brush to add some color effects. You can still use gradients if you want. I find it a little bit easier, and it's not so uniform if you use a brush. Okay, but that's it. I hope you like this. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.